Hi, creative friends, it's Laura. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well. I'm here with episode number 5 in my Christmas series. The thumbnail is different this time. These colors didn't match my thumbnails in the series, but this is still the same series. And this is the journal that lost the eeny, meeny, miny, mo vote and got second place. So I worked on it after my last one, and this is how it ended up turning out. I used my last one of the wooden things off the Christmas pick, I think you call those. Pick, like you stick in a tree or a package or something. And I have used the strings like I like to do and just made a little layer. This came out kind of, to me, I know it's on his beard, but it reminds me of his belt. And this is one of my, from the 1980s, late 1980s, I think, button covers. Do you remember those? When we had button covers. Anyway, I like to use those for my closures. And I had another one of those strings from a bag. Here's the back. I ordered some of these book corners. They're sort of faux book corners, I guess you'd call them. And a bunch of them came in a package, gold, like a bronze color, silver, and like sort of a tarnished brass color. So I got a lot, and I'll be using those more. So you'll see those probably in future videos on future journals. Made this for the back. This journal has 2 signatures. I used a white hemp string, and it's got the signature tassels with beads and jingle bells. And here's the tassel, jingle bells, and a bunch of different beads. These are actually plastic beads. And then I had this charm. It's got Jesus. Oh, it's hard to get small things like that to focus, but it went really well on here. I love that. And I like the noise that the tassel makes, the jingle bells. And I used the same hemp rope for the tassel. Used a gold lobster claw. So there we go. That's the outside. I made this little booklet here, and I had done this a long time ago, but I just went ahead and bound it. So it's just a one signature book, little book, and I can write in there if I want to. Then I put a little tie on it to keep it closed. This was from some packaging. And then I used one of these little tiny clips like this and just clipped it on. I'm just going to set that aside for now. I used my coffee sleeves here. I embossed these this time. That was fun. I'll probably do that a lot more often. Gave it a neat texture. I'm going to take this tassel off so it's not jingling every time I move the journal around. I like the way it sounds, but it might get really obnoxious if I have it jingling around the whole time. I decorated the inside cover. So this has 2 pockets. Made my journal tag. This was out of a card envelope that came this year, and then I embossed this music paper. I was looking for some music paper, and I couldn't find any really that was going to work for this journal. And then my husband said, why don't you just buy some music books at the local music store. And I thought, well, why don't I? That's a great idea. So I went down to the local music store, and they sold music books for between $6 and $8 a piece, and they're many pages of music in there. So that was a great solution, and I'm so glad he recommended that. This is a Yankee Candle bag from a couple years ago. I got some Yankee candles and gave them as a gift, and then I just put these page scrunchy borders on here made out of that fabric from that rug that I took apart, the catalog, and the charms. They make me happy. There's a little angel on the bob pin. What do you call these things? Ball pin? Goodness. If anybody wants to help me out with that, I could look it up and see, but maybe later. I used my tea-dyed papers that I've dyed with doilies. Paper doilies is what I used. And then Christmas cards that I got this year, I've already put them in here. I turned this one into a journaling card. And I was gifted this little tassel. It's so cute, and I added it to my paper clip. Those colors go well. I'm not even sure what book that came out of. This is some more paper ribbon that I got in another thrift haul somewhere, and I just came across it. I was almost finished with this journal, and I found it in my stash. So isn't that a happy surprise? I love it when that happens. And I decorated simple stuff throughout here, just added, I like to add the little scraps. This is Christmas wrapping paper from either last year or the year before. My daughter-in-law's gifts to me were in this paper. I think it's so pretty. And so I didn't even put anything on it. I just left it plain, just like it. I might put a picture of her there or something, clip it on. And I used magazine images that I had cut out, and I used my stamps, my little stamps that I've been saving over the years. And this is another set of papers that I got from Temu. I love Etsy printables. My printer, though, is slow, really slow, and it takes about a day to print a set of printables. I mean, by the time, well, you know, if you do printables, you have to be there to, you know, watch it and print them. And anyway, so I ended up, sometimes I end up buying from Temu or some place like that. I had these recipe cards from, I bet it's been 20 years ago, something like that, when I used to make jar soups and jar cookies and garden jar gifts. Do you remember that, when that was a big thing? Maybe it still is. I haven't done it in a long time, but you buy all the ingredients and you layer them in, and they look really pretty in the jar, and then you put the recipe on the card, and you put a topper on underneath the lid, and you know, you screw it on, and so it's decorated pretty, and then you wrap it with raffia or something like that. That's what those cards are from. And I've turned them into journaling spots for this journal. I was gifted this. I was also gifted the Jesus charm that's on the tassel, and then I was gifted this here. It's really pretty. And I was gifted these beads for Christmas also. Every time I use this journal, I will think of the person who gave me those things. Got a little heavy on the ink on this page, but it kind of looks pretty rustic. This little pig is cute. It's a magazine image. Little pig with a plaid tie. Another little charm. Heart. I mean, not a heart, but a star. Couple little tags. I love gnomes. These came off of a gift bag. What's on the back of this one? Oh, a little snowman sticker. He's cute too. I like snowmen, but gnomes are my favorite. I'd say second would be snowmen. These. Another stamp. These would be great places to write just little thoughts throughout the holidays. I really like this Santa Claus. I think he's so cute. And it's just a little place to write some things. I had this stamp, I tried it out. Turned out pretty well. I might go back through here and do some more stamping. This is my planner page from several years ago. You got to use that in here. Then just collaged and covered up the part of the planner page that I didn't want to show, and have some writing space there now. Another gnome. That's also from a magazine. I think it's a catalog, actually. This is some rice paper that was gifted to me, and I love how it feels. I've never bought rice paper. I've made some faux rice paper, but I'm going to be looking into buying some, although I was gifted so many pieces of it, and I haven't used it all. In fact, I may have only used a couple of pages, so I think it's so nice. It's got that velvety kind of feel. This is from a Snoopy deck of cards that we've had probably 50 years or so. Something like that, maybe even longer. It's cute. I don't know what's on the back of this one. Just a little cluster. More of that wrapping paper, and this was a piece out of that music book I thought that was neat. It's got little red accents on it. And another card. Turn that into a journaling card. Another stamp. Couple little tags. These are chunky tags. I don't even know where they came from. And I glued two together to make one. But they're very thick. And then a gift tag off of a gift that I received. And it's some journal prompts on the back of that. Another little tuck spot. It's the back of that rice paper. I love this page. I didn't add anything to it. This is my favorite page in here. I wanted to use it on the cover, and I thought about it, tried it several different ways, and because I'd already put this fabric on the cover, it really didn't go, and I thought it detracted from how pretty this is. I just love this page. I think that's so beautiful. And then this is it's a tuck spot, so I can put my envelope with a few bits and pieces left. I didn't use every single thing. I used almost everything, but there's a little bit left over, and then that's the back of the planner page. Card I got this year, and the other coffee sleeve, and I embossed it too. Well, that's my second Christmas journal. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. There's several new subscribers. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just thrilled about that. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stay a while. And if you've been here a while, thank you. I love spending time with you. It's great to see you. Until next time, take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.